be approached now. Yeah. You have women who are complaining to women about women, pretty much saying, listen, ladies, to what end is the whole don't talk to me movement? We hate men. Men aren't worth, one woman just wanted to every man, she said, every man you see, this is what a woman said. So, the whole you can't whistle at me, you can't say nothing to me, you can't breathe around me, pretty much. You can't look at me. You help picking up. You help picking up. I'm not picking up any chicks. I am an observer. I am not an active member of the dating world. I am strictly an observer. I like my position because there's no fault in it. There's no, problem with it. Oh, we need to hear that one of these days. I like being on the observing end. But anyways, so women are making it, okay, so the knee-jerk reaction to the whole women, being upset because some guy looked at them, while you were walking down the street with the tatas out, in a pair of spandex, some guy looked at you. Recently, a woman made a complaint and filed a harassment lawsuit against T.I. because when he hugged her, he moved his hips. You can't make that up. He moved his hips, and she's suing him for this. Because he, bring it in and moved his hips. So he owes her money. And put a few hundreds on the outside and put a stack of one. Well, that's deceptive. But I'm like, wait, slow down. Hold the phone. He moved his hips. And now he owes her millions of dollars. Millions. These lawsuits are not for 10, 20 bucks. They're not even for $1,000. They're not for $10,000. These lawsuits are for millions of dollars. Tristan Thompson just won a lawsuit against a woman that said that he got her pregnant. Filed a lawsuit against her and won. 52 grand. See, the women push this narrative of hating men so far that it's come to a fever pitch because what they don't realize is men are in control of the world. Ladies, you're not in control of this world. You never have been and you never will be. You're not in control of this world. It won't be in this lifetime. No, you're not. You're not. That's because you don't build anything. Tell me one thing that a man needs, that a woman has created. You know what? I don't moonwalk up to a lady. I just say something to them if I want their attention. I'm just like, hey. And I'm going to tell you my icebreaker. Even to girls who I know don't want nothing to do with me. I'm going to tell you my icebreaker. Compliment them on a body part. On something they're wearing. On their hair. Women love attention even if they don't like you. What you say after that is up to you. But you can be like, yo, Yo, I like the, ensemble you got going on. They'll smile at you and keep walking. But nonetheless, you broke the ice. Now, if she's interested in you, she's going to respond and say, well, thank you. I like what you got on, yada, yada, yada. Now your macadociousness comes out. So, what you doing today? It's a great day. Let's, blah, blah, blah. But complimenting a woman on her ensemble or her hair or nice shape, I see you working out, nice shape. Yeah, what's going on? How you doing? Ice broken. You can talk to somebody who you can't get, and she's going to respond to that because it's a good compliment. And if she doesn't, she's definitely not worth talking to. If she turns her nose up or she laughs at you, be grateful. Rejection is a blessing. Because a lot of men get stuck with women they find out later are just no good. Are no good. I know a guy who's married to a woman, and when I say I know them personally. He's married to a woman, and when I was around him, his woman would tell him to just do all kind of stuff. Had him running while she'd sit and talk to people. And I was like, dang, bro, she got you doing a whole bunch. I said, man, you didn't see this coming. He said, I had no idea it was going to be like this when I married her. You need to investigate the woman that you're getting into it with, because as soon as you put a ring on her finger, she's going to change. She's going to flip on you. Now, as far as these women not wanting to be talked to anymore, these women who put this on social media have created such a bridge between, well, it's not even a bridge, it's just a huge gap, a crater between men and women, even in communication. And there are some good guys who have no ill intentions, who can't get next to a woman because you women strike such fear in men these days. Men are going to jail for the stupidest reason. And some of them don't even make it to jail. Because the police today are trying to rip your skull off. You do not want the police to come see you today. Because you might not make it. You just don't want that problem. One of these crazy, women call the cops on you, yo, be out. Run. And then talk about what happened. And then talk about who it happened with. This girl right here, do not talk to this girl right here. Because she's going to clown you for one, she's going to tease you for two, and then she's going to risk your life by calling the police on you for something that you didn't do. This is happening all the time now. And now men are like, you know what? I'm not risking my life talking to you. I'm not risking my life talking to you. I'm not. You're risking your life walking up to a woman you don't know. You're risking your life because she's going to get on the phone and make a false report. And if you're a black man, you can forget it. All those cops got to do is roll up on you and say, let me see your ID. You give them the ID, they ask what's going on, and then they're going to ask to frisk you. They're not even going to ask to frisk you, they're just going to do it. Let me see if you got any weapons on you, which is illegal. They have to ask to frisk you. And if you have a vehicle, they're going to search your vehicle even without your consent. Then they're going to put you in the back of a car, if you're lucky. And if you show any resistance, they're going to call their friends, and they're going to beat you to death. All because of some woman told a lie. You don't believe me? It's already happened. It's already happened. It's already happened several times. All because of somebody called the police on somebody and they didn't need to call the police. So you gotta be careful of the women these days because hey ladies, we heard you. We get it. We get it. Don't talk to us. Don't smile. Nothing, and listen, I'm old. Like, I'm not even in the dating game. And the women who approach me trying to get me to, I don't know, take them out or sleep with them or whatever, they're offended by my rejection. It pisses them off because I'm an average man. I'm an everyday okey doke dude, and I told you no. Women hate that. Like, wait a minute, you ain't paid. You just a regular dusty. I'm dusty. Look at me. I don't mind being dusty. I don't mind being dusty because to make my money, I don't need to be. All I need to be is nice and have my mind together. And that's what I am. That's all I need to do what I do. I don't need to dress up, be sharp and all this. Nobody cares. They care about the price. They care about the service. And that's what I'm good at. I give them a great price and I give them great service. And I'm still rolling. I'm still doing what I'm doing. Nobody cares about my appearance. They don't. They care about the price and the service. That's it. So, yeah, I'm dusty, but I don't care. I ride around dirty every day. You know what I'm saying? I ride around dirty, take a shower at night, get up in the morning, gotta head back out. I know I'm going to get dirty. I'm dusty. And a woman approaches me with my dusty self. And they're like, what's good? I mean, they're approaching me at Home Depot. And I'm looking like this and worse. Like, what's happening? I'm like, no. No. As much as I would want to adore you, no. Because I know you're full of problems. And I don't want the problems. I want my head to be on straight. I want my emotions straight. Yeah, you look so good, but the girls are not ready. I'm done. These women today, you wish you could find one squared away. But at every age, every legal age, these women are tripping. I mean, every age, every financial level. I mean, Stephen Curry's woman she's looking at Stephen Curry like he ain't good enough. I'm like, he's a multi-millionaire. This is a great guy. You got kids by him, and you want other men to look at you. He's an all-star. Women are clamoring to get to him, even with you standing there. And you're going to get on TV and say, you wish other men were looking at you? You're a whole mother of 3 children. Oh, it's just bad. It's just bad out here. It's bad. But nonetheless, you women, this is what you wanted. You wanted men to leave you alone? Fine. Fine. That's what you wanted. You got it. You wanted men not to protect you? This is what you wanted. You were all sister girl. Yeah, go girl. You boss chick and all this other ridiculous stuff. Yeah, you don't need no man. Yeah. You forgot what that came with. A man comes with security in a lot of different areas. Like I told you, my neighbor's afraid to come outside in the morning. She wanted me to look out for her. And I was like, yeah, you know, you looking nice. She was like, ew. I was like, okay, have a good day. I ain't spoke to her since. I mean, I'll say hi, but I'm not looking out for you. I don't care. I don't want nothing to happen to her, but I don't waste time thinking about her. You let me know that there ain't a chance in hell, but you want to complain to me about your ex-boyfriend because he doesn't live there anymore, so he can't get up in the morning and protect you. Now you want my protection, but you're repulsed at the way I look? You women better wake up. Listen, men come with more security than, you know, than just, you know, protecting you from the boogeyman that's supposed to be coming after you, which nobody does. You're just not that important. Like, this woman thinks somebody's gonna jump out the bushes. And the damn groundhog lives in the bush. Nobody cares about you. Like, nobody cares about you. Nobody's jumping out the bushes. So women, listen. I don't feel sorry for you. Because you women who watched all these social media experiences, watched these women walk down the street in New York, and when a guy said hello, these women were offended. You women watched all these men get sued in the Me Too movement. You women thought it was your time. You watched all of this happen, and now the men are giving you what you want. No more open door policies at work. No more picnics and all that other stuff and fun you used to do at work. Why? Because the CEOs were getting sued. No more bonuses for certain things. Women are losing money over it. There were more women fired during the pandemic than there were men. It was like 185,000. Boom! That security that the government promised you for leaving us went right out the door. The government promised you money, didn't they, ladies? And you kicked your man out and you took the money. What happened during the pandemic? They took it all away from you. All right? I'm just saying, you ladies, you better be careful what you wish for. Listen, you better get yourself a dude, and you better be super freaking woman to that dude. Because one, there's not a lot of us out here. There's just not. You think you see a man on every corner, it's a good chance either that man doesn't want nothing to do with you, that man is taken, that man is not your type, that man likes other men. There's some, trust me, when you start going through it, those numbers come down. Well, listen, if you see 15 men in one day, it's a good chance one of them might be your type, maybe. And that's a hard maybe. Take 15, 20 men. If you've seen 100 men in one day, you maybe might have 5%. That's your type. Because a lot of you will ignore the good guy. You ignore loving, sweet. If that guy is too sweet and singing to you, talking about he love you, oh, baby, you're just, you'll be like, One time I was dancing with this chick and I kissed her hand and she ran. Women, y'all don't want no romance. Y'all want somebody to punch you in the face. Y'all want somebody to straight call you out your name. And I know this because I used to date this woman who left me to be with a man who's in prison now still probably. And when he was dating her, he would call her out her name in front of her daughter. And she loved him. He was kicking her ass. And she loved him. And then he went off to jail, still cursing her out. And she come telling me about him and how she still loves him. I don't ever want to see that woman again. I have no love for her. And I used to be in love with her. I ain't got no love for her. She can't do nothing for me except bend over. And I mean that. And I'd let her know, look, you can't do nothing for me. Like, I know the type of dude you want. There's nothing I can do for you. Nothing. And I'm not wasting no more tears, no more emotion. I get the point. I get it. You can't. You look good, though. You beautiful Kandaki body, dark skin. Oh, the bee's knees. But no damn good. No good. Ladies, be careful what you wish for. When the men are afraid to walk up to you, ladies, it's not because of what guys have done. I done had women drive up next to my car and start spitting game to me at a red light. Like, beep, beep, what's up? I'm like, what's going on, ladies? They was like, what's good? What you doing? They was like, you thirsty? I got something you can drink. I just laughed and pulled off. I had a girl pull up on me on the highway. I'm driving. Nighttime, I'm about to go home. She's like, what's good? We doing 60. What you talking about what's good? I'm trying to... She was like, pull over. I'm serious. I'm like, how old are you? She was like, 22. Why? I'm like, damn. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm average. And I don't mind being average. I'm just saying what women did was create this whole situation for either, listen, you have see, females think that men need them, and we don't. We don't have a need for you. We don't. Well, thank you. But we don't, men do not have a need for women. We don't. Especially when we get older. The very value that a woman has dissipates as a man gets older. No, we don't need them. We don't need a woman to survive. We don't need you. We only need a woman for one thing, and now we can do that artificially. That's it. Yeah, no, I wasn't arguing with you. I was emphasizing what you were saying. Yeah, we don't need a woman at all. Not one bit. And now you have the younger generation of men who are realizing that, and that's where the biggest problem. See, I am not in the demographic where it's a problem for society if I don't want a woman. Because why? I'm older. The likelihood of me of starting a family now is less and less as the days go by. But when you get a 21-year-old after 44 and her death, yeah, when you get a 21-year-old college educated 6'3", 4", handsome, just strapping, done played some ball, got some, a little bit yoked up, and he's out here making more than the average man, 65, 70 grand, busting it down, got a nice future ahead of him, just boom, nice, got a little crib, nice little car, everything set up, got his mind on right, and you talk to that man and he's like, I don't want a woman. Why would I do that? And he's not a homosexual. Not every man who doesn't want a woman is a homosexual. It's nothing to do with homosexuality, because a woman will call you gay in a minute if you reject her. It's just like, no, I just don't want you. Oh, you're gay. No, I'm not interested in you. I have no interest in you. Oh, you're gay. See, women are... For some reason, the African-American woman is convinced that they're convinced if you don't want their cookie, they think their cookie is so valuable that everybody wants it. And the truth is, I don't know who gassed your head up to believe that, maybe Steve Harvey or somebody, but ladies, that's simply not the truth. And then the older we get, the more we realize that your cookie isn't worth it. 200 pounds. Yeah. I mean, even if you're young, even if you're 19, 20, just banging, weed, and you run around with these tight jeans on, we already know this. Listen, I went to church, right? A while ago. I went to church. And while I was in church, it was a big church too. While I was in church, there was some, just guys, we guys, we don't know each other. We not going to sit next to no guy. We just don't do that. So, there was just guys strewn about. and the preacher was preaching, and there was a woman in a pew right ahead of me, you know, and I'm looking at the preacher and I'm listening, and then out of my corner of my eye, I'm seeing this woman go, and then I just start looking at her like, why is she not paying attention to the preacher? You know why? Because she was looking at all the men and wondering why none of them was trying to get with her. Yeah, she couldn't understand it. And she was sitting there trying to be cute and everything. In her mind, somebody should be trying to stick their penis in her. Like right there in church. Like you should be trying to grope me or, do something sexual to me right here. Like, let's go. And the guys, well, I mean, we didn't pay her no mind. I didn't pay her no mind until she started doing this. And I just looked at her and I'm like, yeah, you half decent, but today I saw a beautiful woman. This chick was about as chocolate as me, darker. She's at the gas station. I pulled up and there was this, I don't know, the dude was about to catch the bus. And, he was she was gorgeous. Now, I was like, damn. Oh, man, it just hurts not to be in the dating game. But she was fine. And she gave him time, too, even though this dude wasn't nowhere. He wasn't even driving. Another dude rolled up and he was trying to, be seen by her. And I was like, oh, look at all this action she caused. And I was like, but I mean, that was a fine, fine woman. But you're going to have problems out of there. Yeah, she was gorgeous. She wasn't cursing or nothing. She was just gorgeous. I was like, damn. But even if you have her, there's just going to be problems. It's just problems, man. And I'm not saying there ain't no good women out there. I'm saying that now we're seeing superstars and, Bill Gates and rich people. And, we're seeing all these famous people who we think got it together. And their women they're doing the craziest. They're doing everything but loving their man. I mean, they're just, poor Will Smith, well, not so much because I'm sure he was doing his dirt too, but you got that going on. And then you got Megan Fox, sleeping with MGK on a movie scene, and she's married with children. I mean, there's just, look, Hollywood has never been a shining example of what relationships are supposed to be. But nonetheless, you got these rappers and their women, their women are throwing them in jail and taking them for everything they got. And these people are just not happy and they have all this money. And then you got us, the regular degglers out here wishing we had money and thinking if we did, well, I don't know what you're talking about. But thinking that, if we had this, our life would be better, and then women would love us more. No, the more you have, the more you have to get played with. You get played. I saw a video where this woman was in a staircase and she had walked down the stairs and knocked on a stranger's door and asked the stranger could she use his phone. Well, the thing about it was, dude was looking through the peephole to see who it was. And while he was looking through the peephole and saw the woman, then he cracked his door just a little bit, and right behind her on the staircase was a dude ready to rob him. He shut that door real quick, like, She was setting him up. Like right there and then, she was setting him up. And once he saw that dude, he was like, click, click, clown. No. Listen, and this is on World Star. What do you think that's going to do to the rest of the male community? Whenever you see a strange woman come to your house you don't know, do not open that door. You automatically want to be friendly because you think you can get some draws. That's what it really comes down to. Oh, I don't get much company. Here goes some draws that just walk. Draws is just walking up to our door. Shoot. You better look around the corner, homie. Trust me, ain't no draws just walking up to you. Something's going on. And yeah. It's a trick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You better be careful. When you look at some of these court cases, you'll find out that the main culprit are females. You find out the main ones who are misdirecting some of these people, women. Look at that little 18-year-old girl, little chocolate thing. Her little pretty self. Her and her friends set a guy up to rob him, and the guy ended up deceased. Boom. They put her in jail for 25 to life. She is gone. Her whole adulthood, all the way up until 55 or something, is going to be in jail. That's it. You go to college, it's going to be in jail. Look, she's not having any babies. It's over for her. Her mother just busted out crying because they thought that she was going to get leniency. Nope. She even had a retrial, and I think they put her in for 15 years. It's like, no, you were an accessory. You were an accessory. There's another family gone? Completely. She's not having any babies. She's not having no children. If she does, it's going to be close to the age of 40. Good luck with that. Even though it's possible. I'm just saying, like, you got to be careful. I have a problem with my neighbor, all because of something, a lie his woman said. And me and him still going out. 5 years later, he still will not leave me alone. Dinging up my car and stuff and doing stupid stuff, all because of some garbage his woman said. And I'm like, you guys are some crackheads. You still messing with me and something from 5 years ago. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think about you and your woman until you mess with my car, and then, you know what I'm saying? Now it's a problem. And the only reason why he's doing it because he know I can't go out there and do nothing to him, or they'll kick me out of here. And all he's gonna do is he's already called the police on me twice. He's just dying to call the police on me to get me on something. It's pathetic. Yeah, it's pathetic. You guys gotta be careful. You gotta be careful finding yourself. Okay, I was watching this, it was on World Star too. I watch a lot of World Star, I watch it every day. So, you better put it Evander Holyfield. You know what? If I do, I already know I'm gonna do time. Because I want to. But I was watching this dude, and this dude was dating this chick, right? And what she didn't know is he had bugged her car some kind of way. He was recording her car. Well, she was, having a conversation and all this stuff, and on her way to his house, she gets to his house. He's recording. He had a camera set up. His mother and father were sitting in there, and he was asking her, like, where you been? She was like, yo, I went and did this, that, and the other. And then he was like, you know what, I want to give you something. Then he played the recording of her conversation. She was talking to a whole other dude who she had been with in a hotel with. And then she was talking bad to the new dude about old boy's kids that wasn't by her. He just couldn't believe her. That's why he set her up like, I can't believe you cheating on me for one. Then you go and talk bad about my children. He's like, get out of here. And I've seen 2 cases like that. Where the one dude was just like, get out. When she got home, he took all of his stuff. He had his family there, a bunch of females to jump on her in case she hot bad. Because you ain't supposed to be hitting no woman. So what do you got to do? You have to have female friends or female family with you. Because if a woman gets to cracking off at the mouth, these women, you call the police, you'll be calling them on her, because they call them on you, you can lose your life. So you keep some family members like, yo, come on over here, because in case she gets to cracking off at the mouth, go run up in her mouth, because I can't do nothing to her. And that's what you do. She gets loud, crack her. And then these chicks was just like waiting on her to say something, but she knew she was outnumbered and she was wrong. So boom, and that's this happened in two different cases. So you guys gotta be careful. Finding a good woman nowadays is hitting the lottery. It is. It's hitting the lottery. Yeah, you gotta leave the apartment. Well, you have to record everything. I mean, you have to record everything. This guy just went to jail because this woman came up and he was recording what was going on. She came up and hid his phone. The police came and arrested him for assault. So you gotta record everything. You really do. And then the police can still come and arrest you. So, I mean, it's just a hard way to go. But like I said, finding a good woman is a needle in a haystack. And I'm talking about a good woman. I'm talking about a good, loyal woman. I'm talking about good loving. I'm talking about good family, good to you all the way around. It just... Not in the USA. I still believe that there's some good women in the USA because when I watch, Kevin Samuels, I'm looking at these women turning their life around. If she's not from and born again, the Christian girl is wild. Like, I don't look at no Christian girl and go, yeah, you're the... No, I don't do that. I do not do that because I know Christian women. And they are doing the wildest stuff and then going in church and singing. I know some of these women. I don't do that. I don't look at the Christian one. I don't look at the Muslim woman like that. I don't look at the Christian. I don't look at the Hare Krishna. I don't look at no sanctimonial female and think that you're still not a female. You are a whole female and your body is constantly craving attention. Constantly. I know women who are in relationships for years and they got side dudes. For years. Dude loves them, buying them rings and everything. They have side dudes. Like a whole side dude they come and see and get done up and then go back to the dude who loves them. Kissing all on them. No. Like, I know these women. Like, I know their names. This is not hyperbole. This is, I know you. And I know this is what you do. They have whole men out here. A whole dude. And women been doing this for years. Well, it did change the game. It made it worse. But it also made it easier to get caught. This made it easier. Like I said, man, it just... Listen, it's getting to the point now where... I'm tell you something. This is where I know I'm at the end of my road. And listen, I heard a preacher talk about this. I started asking the Lord to take away any desire I have for a woman. And then, and I kept praying that, and the Lord hears your prayers now. And then I heard a preacher say, stop asking the Lord to take away your desires for a woman. Now, he wasn't talking to me. It's just some preacher I heard on the internet. And I was just like, wow, like, that was definitely God, speaking to me. Yeah, I did. I couldn't make it up. Like, I was just like, because I listened to preachers and they was like, stop asking the Lord to take away your desire to not be with a woman. And I was like, okay, Lord, I hear you. It's something straight out of a movie. And, because we're here to plant our seeds. We're here to plant some seeds. But this whole monogamy that the USA and Europeans got you on, yeah, that's not natural. It's not natural for you to be with one woman. It's just not natural. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be planting some seed up in here, but you can't do that. You can't run around just planting your seed anywhere and think you're not about to catch some backlash from some jealous. Listen, I was watching World Star Hip Hop again, and this chick named Blue Jazz said, I'm changing the song, even though I like it. This chick named Blue Jazz said, for the next lifestyle, you need money for the next lifestyle. But no, but listen to what this chick said. She said, if you set me up and like if you get me an apartment, like if you one of these guys who got resources and you get me like and put me like in a nice loft, you're paying for it. You're paying all my bills, whatever. You get me a nice Mercedes because men do this. Because it's I mean, it's nothing. When you have money, it's just nothing. You know, you could. Some of these guys are billionaires. It's nothing to have. There's that one billionaire who was the basketball, who owned the basketball team. You know what I'm saying? And he had to give up the basketball team because he didn't like black people. He was talking about Magic Johnson because the girl was a little Asian chick was around Magic Johnson. Well, he had given that girl $2 million. He put her in a nice apartment or a little loft, and she was driving around a really nice red BMW. And the wife knew that that was his mistress. Well, the chick is the one who recorded the conversation about them and got the man busted. Got the billionaire busted who owned one of these basketball teams, and it went viral. The wife turned around and sued the mistress and got all of that stuff back. Word up. But this chick, Blue Jazz, was like, if you set me up like that in a nice loft, and I just heard this the other day, she said, then I don't want to be with you anymore. You still have to pay for the way you set up my life. You still have to give me money. You still have to pay for this apartment. You still have to pay for this car. You still have to pay for all this. And they were like, no, he doesn't, because you're no longer like, it's a breach of contract. You're not giving him sex anymore. And that's the reason why he was doing it, because you were having sex with him. She's like, nope, if you have to wait until I find somebody else who can replace you. And they was like, that just sounds like, that's ridiculous. But this is the new wave. This is how these women are now. Wait a minute, I paid for your everything and you cut me off of the deal. You breached the contract on me, and now I have to continue on with the deal that was made. There's no way in God's green earth that that's legal. Like, what kind of planet do you think you living on? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. She's like, if you don't, I'm tearing up the loft and I'm tearing up the car. Well, of course, you can go to jail for that because everybody's going to know who did it. And that's another thing these women think. You think you can just tear up somebody's stuff and nothing's going to happen to you. For one, most of that stuff is going to be covered by insurance. But for two, you're going to be liable for all of the stuff that you tore up because we know you did it. We know you did it. Like, I was listening to this other chick, right? Pretty little black thing, right? Pretty black young lady. And she was like, when I was 19, she had a sugar daddy. And the sugar daddy was taking care of her, and he wasn't even asking for any nookie. What he did was he was very nice to her. He'd take her out, something to eat, everything, yada, yada, yada. And then she was like, she started talking about college, because they was having a conversation. And she's like, I need a new computer, yada. She didn't expect him to get it. He was like, oh, you need a new computer? Boom. He's like, let's go to the Apple store. Went to the Apple store and was like, pick out the computer she wants. She was in shock. She was like, wait, what? He was like, get the one you want. She got the one she wanted, He gave her, some more money, set her up nice. Then she was trying to throw the nookie at him like, yo, you want to You know how he was like, nah, I don't really care about that, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted you to be okay because that's what you needed. Bounced. She kept seeing him. Eventually they did get intimate. Yada yada yada. And then she found out that the man was married. And he was still coming around, but then she was like, yo, you married. He was like, well, yeah. She goes and calls the wife and tells the wife who she is. He cuts her completely off. Doesn't see her again, doesn't want to be around her, don't call me, no nothing. And she was completely distraught. See, she thought I could tell the wife and then ruin his life, and then he's still going to come around and give me money and buy me Birkin bags and all this. No, he cut her completely off like he never met her. Like he never saw her. He never knew her name. He cut her completely off because you tried to ruin his life. Breach a contract. That's what I'm saying. The new wave of chicks is just you gotta be careful what you're getting into because they can come after you. And they're letting it be known that we're going to come after you if you cut us off. In one shape, form, or fashion, they're coming after you. So for you guys who got money, don't set a chick up where these chicks are, living off of you. Don't do that. Let that chick live off of herself. If you're going to be a sugar daddy, do not let that chick live off you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just say, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to buy you a car. I'm not paying for your car note. I'm not paying for your apartment. I'm not going to do none of that. If this is the way it's going to be, what I'm going to do is I'll give you some money. You do whatever what you want with it. That's just that. But I'm not going to go down to the dealer or call them up and men like to do that because they got money. So they want to show off what they got. Do not do that because women think that they are entitled to your money even while they're knocking off somebody else, and which is really not the issue. The issue is when the woman decides, you know what, I don't want to sleep with you anymore, but we can still be friends. You can still pay for, okay, nope, I was here for the nookie. I was here for the sex. That was it. So no more sex. It's like, no, I just don't, it's just like, okay, well, all right, so. Yeah. Yeah. I was here, you making it clear. I was here for the sex. So, and then when the woman cuts you, see, women think that they can change their mind and you can't change yours. Like, we're whole humans out here. Like, they really, even some of the women I deal with, like, you think that I'm not a man. I'm just supposed to be sweet to you while you can be any old kind of way, and I'm not supposed to have a reaction. I'm just supposed to keep being, I will leave you. I, I will leave you. I will, I will leave you in the middle of a snowstorm if you disrespect me. I will leave. I will leave you standing and peel my tires all over your new shoes if you disrespect me. I will leave you. I will gladly kick you out of my car and put you in a safe place. Like, here's a gas station. You got your phone, you got reception, knock yourself out, but get the F out my car. Get out. Get out. Get out. We not fighting about it. We not nothing. Get out. You got to be careful of who you're dealing with. And now you have this whole reverse effect that's happening with women where women are attacking other women. When you see a lot of these women fighting, it's over a man, but it's because a woman tried to take another woman's man. And she tried to do it like blatantly, like, I'm just going to do this. Really. I saw a fight where, chicks were fighting, and the one chick said, that's my whole dude. Like, we have a family and everything. Like, that's, and the other woman knew it. She wanted him because you have a family with him. See, there's the African American female cannot follow the trends of white women. The Latino women can't follow the trends of white women. The Asian woman can. But the black and the Latino, we can't because we're minorities. But soon the Latino is going to be the majority in about another 10 years because there's so many of them. But nonetheless, at this point, especially the African American, we're never going to be the majority. We cannot follow, especially the women. You can't follow the same trends as a white woman. That Me Too movement wasn't for black people. Black women, you've been kicking your man out before Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton actually paid you to do it. Where's that got you? Got you nowhere but angry and alone. And your kids exposed to the elements. Yeah, since Reagan. Your children exposed to the elements. Your children have to grow up at light speed. Your children have to sense danger as if we're living, 3,000, 4,000 years ago in the middle of the woods. I mean, your children have to help protect you because you're by yourself. I mean, the horror stories that you hear because of this, because there's no man in the house. Just the crazy stories that you hear, and they're happening right in your hood. I mean, it's nuts. You're not protected, black woman. And the black woman today wasn't even born. Some of them weren't even born, and they're catching hell because they're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this alone. But you're doing it alone because of what your sisterins did some 40 years ago. Reagan was the biggest drug dealer criminal on the planet. I don't feel sorry when he died. Give a goddamn when he died. Bush either. Not one. I don't give a damn about none of them. They were killing us off left and right. Putting us in jail for absolutely nothing. I can care less. I don't care about Biden either. I ain't vote for him. He ain't wrote now one law he gave us Juneteenth and made it a holiday. But nonetheless, you said it's illegal to even say something to an Asian person. You ain't signed that one bill, anti-lynching law, nothing like that. No, I don't give a damn about you. I don't give two damns about you, and I tell him to his face. Not one. Black women, you cannot follow the same trends as white women. White women can leave their men. You can't leave your man. Black woman, you can't leave your man, and you got his children. You're not going to give them children up to him. You're going to let him see his children every now and again when you decide. Then you're going to run him through the court system. And then you're going to try to put him in jail whenever he finds another boo. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be mad as fire. But you want to do who you want to do, but this man has to be a slave to you, and you're going to use the court system to make his life miserable. Listen, black woman, you cannot leave your man. You can't. When I was listening to Derek Jackson, when, his whole cheating scandal came up and how he was, fapping in the hospital parking lot to the doctor who was in there, she was in there doing surgery while he was out waiting on her. He was in love with her. I thought about, when I listened to the story, the reason why he was dating these other women, because his wife left him, wouldn't even talk to him for a whole year. Derek Jackson makes like $1.6 million. He's built like Ebony Man on magazine. You think he ain't gonna knock boots? I don't need a man has. Oh yeah, backfired. Yeah, 100% black women, you cannot follow the same trends that white women do. When these white women start putting their men in jail and start leaving their men and then made them cucks, start having sex with other men in front of them, black women, you can't take that chance. You'll lose your life. You'll lose your whole life. You talk about making a black man a cuck. You'll lose your whole head right now. You'll lose it literally in front of everyone. Look at that dude. Look at that dude who just went through that trial. That dude who just went through that trial. Let the record show, dude. I don't know what his name is. He snapped, didn't he? He snapped, and then he started using Muslim slang. Allah Akbar. This is what he was saying when he snapped. He flipped on that girl. He flipped on her. And he flipped on his own daughter. Flipped. And his son. Shot him, stabbed him, and set him on fire. He went off. Black women, you can't play no games like that. You can't play the same games these white women play because they have softened their men up. Look back at the 1970s and even 80s, but especially the 60s and 70s. Yo, you ain't going. Listen, go look at the 50s, 60s, and 70s of these white men. These cats was carrying hammer and nail and knocking down these railroads along with us, making these railroads and out here in these factories along with us. You know what I'm saying? But look at these men. They were some men. They were straight up men. They wasn't coming home listening to these women talking about, give me my child and get out. They'll crack their whole face. They'll crack their whole teeth in. Those white dudes weren't playing. What are you talking about? You found some of those women buried in the backyard, been missing for months. Dude ran off and have another woman just like that. They was replacing them. They was getting rid of these chicks and replacing them. These women got to running off at the mouth. They was getting buried literally. But what they did was they softened these men up. Now they got these men looking like straight punks because they used the court system. They used men against men. But see, that's starting to turn around. Now you got some men going, I'm not doing this to this guy. I know him. I'm cutting this out. I'm not doing it. I'm not arresting him. What did he do? Do you have proof? No, do you have proof of it? No, I'm not doing it. What I'll do is separate you two. That's fine. You're the one making a claim? Okay, fine. You guys need to, be in one part of the house and the other in the other part of the house or something like that. But I'm not kicking this man out of the house that he worked for. He worked for this house. I'm not doing that. You guys better figure it out. You better figure it out. Because I'm not. Or I'm taking you both to jail because I don't know who's right or who's not. And the police they're tired of it because the police are men. And they're seeing the reflection of themselves. They're sick of it. Like, I'm not going to put every guy in jail so you can go and have yourself an affair. That's what they're doing. I'm going to set you up, put you in jail, and then have an affair. No, what you're going to do is set me up. I'm going to find out what's going on, and then I'm going to walk in here, and dust you off. You're not going to crack my whole skull take everything from me that I have, including my kids, my house, my pension, my job, my sanity, and make me look like I did absolutely nothing. I'm going to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars while you go over here and start sucking off the pool boy. And you think that I'm going to sit there and watch this? No, I'm going to crack your whole frame. And I'm going to make an example out of you. Then I'm going to go to the judge and plead insanity. I'm going to plead temporary insanity. And the judge has to listen. See, that court case, if that guy would have went in there and pleaded temporary insanity, it's a good chance that he'd get a lot less sentence. But he went in there culpable and said, I'm going to be my own lawyer. And that was his biggest mistake, because he could have pleaded temporary insanity and got a lesser charge. But he didn't. I'm just saying, you ladies, you black women, you cannot do the same thing these white women are doing, and you better cut it out. Your snatch is not worth it. Stop thinking that, every guy wants to be you. Every guy's trying to sleep with you. You got a lot of men who don't care about you. You're not even a woman to them. Look at this younger generation. This younger generation will knock the crap out of a chick in a minute. Let's look at what's happening in Chicago. About a year ago, this woman was outside playing with her kids. And she had called the police on these youngsters who had came around and was doing all kind of crazy stuff. Well, when these youngsters found out who called the police on her, they waited till she was outside with her kids, came and blew her away in front of her kids. Right in front of her own house. Just walked right up to her and did her. Pow! Broad daylight. You can't play those games. Because this new generation doesn't even look at you as a woman. Look what happened to that one girl. This one girl, she wanted to be in a gang. So she kept talking about how she was in a gang on social media. So the gang members saw what she was doing. And they was like, come on over and chill with us. This is in LA. They was like, come on over and chill with us. They got the girl over there. They did her wrong in every way possible. And they sent her back home and they dropped her off. And the girl was insane. She was standing in her yard with her pants down, talking about how she doesn't want to be a gang member anymore. And her mother came by and saw her and got off the car. And she was like, why are your pants down? And all she could repeat is, I don't want to be a gang member anymore. She couldn't stop saying it. She was gone. She snapped. They did her wrong. You're not even human to some of these young men. Your body is not valuable as you think it is. You think because you're a woman that things ain't gonna happen to you. No, it's because you're a woman that these things are gonna happen to you. For one, you're weaker than us. Take it how you want. You do not have the same physical strength that a man has on average. You're weaker than us. For two, you're not as prone to violence as we are. You're more cunning than you are violent. That's just in your nature, to be cunning. But men are more violent because our interaction is constant violence. We can walk down the street and next thing you know, we're in a gunfight. Or we're about to fight each other and we could both be in the store and one look can set us off. Women usually don't have that issue. It's usually a buildup. But for men, it's just a look. And it's one guy looking at another guy trying to start something. I mean, I was driving down the street and the guy just pulled up to me and started looking at my car like, what's up? Like he was about to, I've had guys pull up to me, wanting to get it on right there and then. Like ready to go. I don't even know who they are. I'm like, I don't even know you. It's like that with us. We constantly live that life. Ladies, you don't live like that. You don't live like, you're not built like that. You're not. Okay? The world doesn't even look at you like that. This is why females are deadly, because the world doesn't look at them like you're about to take somebody out. So ladies, we've been at this a lot longer than you have. All the world wars that's been fought, it's mostly us, ladies. That's why there's so many of us, less of us, and there's so many of you. Because when we go to war, it's usually us that's on the front line. I mean, they're just now making it so females are on the front line. But there's a good reason why the female is usually not on the front line. There's a damn good reason. Because when the enemy gets a hold of you, they don't kill you. They use you and torture you so they can draw us in, because our natural instinct to help a female is almost overwhelming. They did a test in the Marines on this, where they had a woman in one room and they had a bunch of Marines in another room, and they had them tied up, and they made the woman sound like she was in distress, and those dudes were losing their damn mind, because all they could think of is, I want to help this woman. But they were tied up. In the war, when I was in the service in the Gulf War, there was some women who were caught, and one of them was a black woman, and they interviewed her. And of course, like I said, they usually don't kill you. They interviewed her, and the woman couldn't even explain what they did to her. She just sat there shaking. She couldn't even talk. She is so messed up in the head at what these, the Arab nation did to her. They did her dirty. They did her super dirty. She had no marks on her, no nothing, but her mind it wasn't there. They did that on purpose. They made an example out of her. So there's a reason why women aren't on the front line. Damn good reason. Because they're going to abuse you. Then they're going to use you to trap us. I'm just saying, ladies, you're not built like us. You're not. So this whole violence that you have towards men, and this hatred that you have towards men, you're going to lose. And have mercy if you have children. Listen, ladies, if you want to protect your children, and you don't have a man, you better do a lot of praying. Because any man that you let in your house can be a potential enemy. I kid you not. I know a woman that got 7 kids and no man. She got guys to come over and knock her off, but they're not protecting those children. She got 7 kids. These guys aren't going to protect her kids. They're going to come over and they're going to use her for what they want, and they're going to leave. I'm just telling you, and when their kids get of age, they're going to use them. Be careful, there's some monsters out there. I don't even want to be around a woman. I just want to look at y'all. I do. I enjoy, I've always been that way since I was. I just love the female body. It's just, the angels came out of heaven because of females. In the book of Genesis, they saw that women were beautiful and came into them. I am no competition if the angels came out of heaven just to be with you. Heaven. They willingly left heaven. There are some women that are so good looking that if you date them, you're risking your life. That's it. You get one of these dark-skinned women with the big booty, just beautiful, you're risking your life. You date her if you want to. But you're going to go somewhere and there's going to be a guy, he's going to try you. He's going to try you. there's going to be a group of men that's going to wait till you walk by. They're going to say something to you. They're going to slap her on her ass. They're going to provoke you some way. And then they're going to try to knock you off just because they're jealous. They don't want the girl. They're just jealous because you have her. And in some cases, they'll kill you. And if it's the police, they're going to lock you up and then go to your house and knock her off. And then they're going to have you beat up while you're in jail. And they're going to keep beating you up in jail and then finally let you go. And when you come home, your woman has slept with, 6, 7 of them repeatedly. And whenever they want to sleep with her again, what's going to happen? They're going to put you right back in jail. For no reason. They're just going to pull you over and put your hands behind. If you resist, you're going to get shot. And they're going to put you in jail, and then they're going to go over and knock your wife off again. There are some women that you just don't want to date. You just don't. I'm sorry, I'm not dating you. And she's not going to understand, but, you're just like, look, I'm an average dude. I already know what's going to happen. I already know what you're going to bring to my household. Yeah, I'm never going to be left alone. I'm going to have to kill somebody over you. I don't want to do that. It's your boy Tone 202. Peace.